what authority am I under? And secondly, am I obedient to that authority? So what authority am I under, and am I obedient to that authority? Now, some of you at this point, you'll say, I have no authority over me. It's an interesting thing. Have you noticed the people that work for themselves typically can't work for anybody else? And we joke about it. We're like, I couldn't work for anybody else. So I work for myself. So a lot of people, they'll say, look, I don't have any authority over me. I'm the boss. And here's what I would say. Two things about that. Number one, you're wrong. You aren't the boss. And the second thing I would say is that if you have that attitude, you're in danger. You can't just laugh it off. You can't just go, well, I can't work for anybody, so I work for myself. You can't just take that attitude and laugh that off. Now, maybe you do work for yourself, and we're going to get into that because that would, make you both the boss and the employee, so you want to pay attention. But here's what I would say. Listen, you're in danger if you have this attitude that I have no authority over me, because even Jesus was under authority, right? He's under the authority of the Father. He was under the authority of Mary and Joseph. And the point is that we all have to be under authority because we're sinners by nature and by choice, and we need to be under authority. This is critically important. Now, some of you say, okay, that's fine, but I'm going to choose what authority I'm under. And again, that would be problematic, because here's the truth. You're either a person who submits to authority or you're a person who resists authority. And so if you say, well, I'm going to choose whose authority that I'm under, again, we've talked about this issue of submission. It often comes up in the husband-wife relationship. And what I like to say often is that people have an idea of what submission is until they have to submit. And because submission, it doesn't even begin to be defined until you disagree. So what happens oftentimes is we say, well, I'm going to choose who's going to be in authority over me, because what we're going to do is we're going to look for those people with whom we agree. And you say, well, shouldn't that be the way it is? Shouldn't we, have a certain agreement? Yes, but everybody is under authority, and all of those that are in a governmental position have their position of authority given to them by God. And so we need to think about that. Again, Romans 13, 1 and 2. I'm going to put it right back up on the screen for you. Let every soul be subject to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except from God, and the authorities that exist are, what's the word? Appointed by God. They're not appointed by you. They're appointed by God. Therefore, whoever resists the authority resists the ordinance of God, and those who resist will bring judgment on themselves. Those who resist will bring judgment on themselves. I mean, think for some of you, maybe that's the issue right there. Maybe that's your takeaway today, is your resisting of authority.